Akilich. I do not say my name. Akilich.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you didn't know the intro. All right, thank you for that information.
Great.
Oh, please. Hey, man. Shiny.
Yeah, they're shining.
Very shiny. Very shiny.
Something from the New Day playbook.
Okay, you know, like some shiny. You gotta have shiny.
Yeah, ready?
Sure.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
So firstly, the first question I wanted to ask you was, you have both won major titles. You have won the Intercontinental title, United States Championship, and you won the prestigious Intercontinental title as well. So what was your initial thought when the WWE creative team came to you and said, look, we're going to pair you three guys up, you, Kofi, and Xavier?
That did not happen, sir. Actually, it's very rare, I think, in WWE that a trio gets together on their own. So that was a call that we made.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big reason that we've been able to be so successful is because we knew the three of us together would work as a unit. I couldn't imagine, it just wouldn't have, at that time in our career, I don't think, there was no one who would have said, hey, the three of you should get together and form a faction. So that's something that we had to do on our own because honestly, we were kind of, I don't want to use the term discarded as talent, but we were in a position where we were kind of floundering and it was up to us to do something about our careers. And that's what, like, when we talk to other talent too, not that we sign other people, but sometimes people will come to us if they're kind of floundering because they know our story and will ask for advice. And that's the biggest thing is you have to take your career into your own hands at times because they're a very small group of guys who are always going to be looked out for, always will have plans. And we took it upon ourselves. So that was definitely one of the things that makes the success even more just worth it. It just makes it more enjoyable because it's something that we did and we struggled so much to get it off the ground at first, but then we eventually got to where we're at now.
Right, and the other thing is when the New Day debuted, when the vignettes were showed, when the promos were showed of your debut, the fans were a little skeptical because they did not know what to expect from the faction. But from you being the bad guys to turning faces, how has the entire journey been? I mean, was it a validation of sorts? So from where you were to starting your new thing, something that was unexplored, to becoming who you are now?
I don't know if it was like, I don't know if validation is the right word because I don't think that, I mean, I can speak for myself, like, it really wasn't about, like, pleasing the fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, the WWE universe is very important. Without them, there's no us. We can't have a show without them. But I don't think that I wasn't out there to be like, man, I'm trying to get these people to really like us and this and that. We just wanted to be out there together, and we knew that would be entertaining in and of itself. And most of the time, we're out there trying to like entertain ourselves, Right. So I will say, like initially, so when we came out and we were given this, the whole, like you were saying, gospel type gimmick per se. And we were just trying to make it work, you know what I'm saying? And we were rejected for that, and we received a lot of the flack for the actual gimmick as if it was our idea. So on that note, it was kind of hurtful, and angering because here we were trying to work with the scraps that we were given, and we were kind of getting like the blame for it. And this was not our idea, but we were able to kind of just make it work with our chemistry and being entertaining, and that fueled us, you know what I mean? Like the whole power of positivity, we came out there literally saying, hey guys, be better, you know what I'm saying? Believe in yourselves, you can do anything, and everyone's like, oh, no, you guys suck. What? Okay, so now we're gonna keep doing it, you know what I'm saying? So now that fueled it, and everyone kept, booing us for that reason, and then we just kind of went off on the whole power of positivity aspect, and then, becoming, I guess, the bad guys because we were not practicing what we preached, and so that was kind of satisfying in terms of being able to draw a reaction out of people, and then when they actually started to like us, it was like, oh, okay, like you're getting really good at being bad. So, it's like kind of pat on the back, but at the same time, like I think the key for us is that we're not trying to go out and like pander to the people. We're just going out and we're having fun amongst ourselves, and that's what brought people in, and that's what got people to be like, oh, I want to be a part of that because they look like they're having fun, so that was kind of what it was all about. For sure.
Right, so two questions from what you just said. One, what do you make of the involvement of the WWE universe? Because in the past decade alone, it started with Steve Austin and Bret Hart. Then it kind of spiraled down to The Rock turning heel from face. Then you. So what do you make of the WWE Universe's involvement in kind of influencing the characters?
I think it's great, I too. I think I would definitely include Daniel Bryan as well. He's a guy who he would have had success even if people weren't as boisterous because he's extremely talented. But people really were able to alter his career for the better because they were so vocal about his direction, and people wanted to see him be featured as the guy and as a world champion. So it definitely was very beneficial to us that people, because honestly, the death knell for us would have been if people are so quiet, they dislike you so much that they're ambivalent and they just sit there and are quiet, then we would have been done. We would have been dead in the water. But they were so vocal about their disdain for us that they ended up turning things around. So I think it's a good thing. It shows our fans, the WWE Universe, that they do have a say in the product, even though a lot of times it may seem like they don't, but we wouldn't be in the position we are. And much like what Kofi said, we don't necessarily, we always felt like we would do us and people would see that and would enjoy it. But we never said, hey, we need to make this joke or write this line so that people like us. We were just out there honestly trying to make each other laugh. But it's just, people felt an ownership, I think, in the New Day's success because they disliked us so much and were vocal about it. And I think that's a good thing. It shows people that they can be involved in the product and not just watch from the outside, but can honestly change the career and the path and alter the stories that take place. So I think it's very unique in that way because I can't think of any other aspect of entertainment where that's even really possible.
Yeah. I think WWE, the most important thing is that crowd participation aspect. It's why we have been able to last for so long. You know, entertainment in terms of crowd participation. People come to the show to be involved in the show. You know, so to have a voice, like he was saying, it empowers people. You know, because their voices are heard and then changes are made.
Right.
Like that doesn't really happen a whole lot. So for sure.
Right. And my next question is, since you are, fascinating characters in real life as well, it's not just what you show on TV.
That's right.
So,
Really
do you have,
Very
and I know for sure you do, any hilarious road story that you might have not shared till now? So that was one, and the other thing is, you came out and introduced the Hardy Boys, their return at WrestleMania 33. When did you get to know that they're gonna come back? When were you told backstage?
I think, honestly, so we didn't hear it officially, right? Until like that day, there were like some rumblings going on.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like that day that we heard, and then once we did, we knew that the reaction was gonna be, because we started to get like, not emotional, well, yeah, emotional, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, that's a big moment because the Hardys are such a staple, and especially when you talk about like tag team wrestling, like we have had a couple ladder matches, elimination chamber matches, and the thing that you're always thinking about is, okay, Hardys, Dudleys, Edge and Christian, they're the guys who set the bar for like the quality of these matches, and they're the guys that we've been trying to top all this time. So now when they're coming back, it's like full circle, and we were the ones that were going to be the liaison between the WWE Universe and the Hardys. Like it was really, really cool, and especially knowing the things that the entire arena and the entire world did not know.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think too with the Hardys, it's not just that they're a nostalgia act and had this great career in WWE, but it's also this resurgence over the last couple of years with Broken Matt and the excitement that people have for that character as well. So it's that's what made it even cooler. It's not that, oh, I remember the Hardys from a decade ago. It's I'm still currently enjoying what the Hardys are doing from several months ago, and it's in many ways like some of the hottest stuff in wrestling over the last 6 months to a year, however long it's been. So that's really cool, is that they've been a team that not only dominated and were so influential in WWE many years ago, but also that they found a way to change and current. And that's also like a lesson I think for us as well, is that we're always trying to, you can't just say, oh, we had this great run in 2015, 2016 and rest on those laurels, but thinking of how we can tweak it or how we can still stay memorable. So that's definitely important for us too. So it was such a great moment for us to be involved in, and we knew too. I just really enjoyed the way it was built too. We made it seem like, hey, maybe we're gonna put ourselves in this match too.
Right.
And then when people started to kind of get what was going on, you could hear the rumblings until the music finally hit. It was a thing of beauty.
Right. And one hilarious road story that you have not shared.
I feel I don't. The one road story that comes to mind, I think we have told it though before, is you guys ribbing me with the music. So it's I'll try to get through it quickly. But essentially, I'm driving. We drive from town to town every night. It's a normal drive. I'm in the car. We have a rental car, and I don't remember where we were. I never remember. It's all a blur, anyways. But we were driving. I think Woods was in the back.
Well, yeah, Woods was in the back. I was in the passenger seat, and so the radio was going on. And he usually has control over the music. He has a very good music selection. On what he had his little iPod. You know,
Did I still get the iPod?
I think
I
you had an
might have.
iPod back then. So anyway, Woods is in the back, but he has control over the radio. So you'd be putting on a song, and Woods texted me. He's like, "I have control on the radio back here." So I'm like, "Oh, cool." So he, you know, he's listening to a song, and right when it's about to get into like the meat of the chorus, Woods like changes the station, you know. So then he's looking around, and now I'm in on it too. I'm like, "Oh, well, what's going on? Is it the steering wheel? You know, you touching the wrong button?" So the same thing would happen, like probably for about 2 hours, you know, on and off, and he was getting mad to the point where he was like driving at one point on the steering wheel like this, and we're on the highway. He's just like driving, trying so hard not to touch, and then just getting so bad.
Yeah, I was, but I mean, it was a good rib because I didn't know what was going on, and because there's buttons on the steering wheel, so you never know if you're changing the channel accidentally. And I was looking, and it was good. They did a good job.
Really
it was
good.
very frustrating, and it was at least 2 hours. And they did it to a point. It wasn't like every 2 minutes they would change it, because then I would eventually probably figure it out. But it was spaced out well, so I would forget about it. We're talking to this conversation, and then it would happen like half an hour later, and I just got very frustrated. And then they yucked it up later afterwards. So kudos to them.
All right, thank you for your time.
Awesome,
Thank you.
By the way, just